I'm Charles Cox, News Director at WSFA TV. When the Federal Communication Commission's proposed ruling to change Channel 12 into the UHF band was made public, letters deploring the Commission's proposed ruling came from Governor John Patterson, who said, "If this plan becomes final, the Commission will be denying all television service to thousands of Alabama citizens." This state's senior U.S. Senator, Lister Hill, said, "Thousands of families in Alabama would have their television service curtailed or denied altogether." These and similar comments have been found in many protests filed by the Alabama Farm Bureau Federation, the Andalusia Chamber of Commerce, 85 miles south of the capital, the Montgomery Chamber of Commerce, Auburn University and its president, Dr. Ralph Drawn, the Men of Montgomery, an organization of leading local businessmen, and the Downtown Business Association. But perhaps more impressive are the spontaneous letters and notes of protest from Mr. Average, Central and South Alabama. 3 such ad-lib petitions have been forwarded from Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, each signed with 300 names or more. Another typical letter is this one we received recently from Plattsburgh, Alabama. Quote, "In this location, we have been unable to get any other station. We have used 2 types of outside antennae in an attempt to get other stations, but have met with no success. I am greatly concerned about this proposal, as it will mean that we will have no television." End quote. Support of this type has become a daily occurrence. Many of the comments from official organizations have been available for filming, and we have here a representative sampling of each. You will see them in the following order. Tom Blake, the manager of the Montgomery Chamber of Commerce, Earl Nix of the Downtown Business Association, the resolution passed by the Alabama legislature. You will see Representative Joe Goodwin introducing that resolution in the House of Representatives, State Senator Vaughn Hill Robison and his comments on Channel 12's Capitol News Conference, and Alabama's Governor John Patterson.
You've probably read and heard that the Federal Communications Commission has a proposed ruling whereby Montgomery's VHF station, now Channel 12, would be reduced to a UHF station on ultra-high frequency market. They want to make Montgomery an all UHF market. Now, the Chamber of Commerce immediately upon learning this called together its Civic Affairs Committee under Mr. William Teague III and began discovering ways and means by which we might oppose this ruling. The committee went on record asking the board to endorse their idea of opposing this particular ruling. I'm happy to report to you that our board of directors unanimously favored this opposition, and it will take whatever form and whatever means we have at hand in order to vigorously oppose it. What the Federal Communications Commission wants to do, as I understand it, is simply to make Montgomery a UHF market, thereby making our capital city a limited television market area. And we've had very fine television service from Montgomery, both UHF and VHF, but what we're more interested in is increasing the power of the capital city and our trade area for our merchants and advertisers rather than reducing it. Toward this end we're dedicated, and toward this end we're working. Our immediate goal at the moment is this letter, which we're directing to Mr. Newton Minot, or Minot as it is pronounced, I believe, who is the chairman of the FCC. And we're urging his committee through him not to go through with this proposed ruling, but perhaps instead to make Montgomery an all VHF market and increase our signal strength. One of the things they're proposing to do on this ruling is to remove our 7-year VHF channel. They're proposing to give Birmingham an additional channel along with Mobile. They now have 2 in Columbus, Georgia. And what we feel this will mean to us in business and commerce and as a state capital will simply be to enlarge these other markets and to concentrate ours in a very small area. We urge you to contact your congressman and your senator from this area, if you will, and do everything possible to support us in this opposition to the Federal Communications proposed ruling.
Some weeks ago, the Federal Communications Commission announced plans to make Montgomery an all-UHF TV outlet, which means that our VHF station, WSFA TV, would be weakened to the extent that their coverage would be confined to a very small area surrounding Montgomery. The Executive Committee of the Downtown Business Association has forwarded to the Federal Communications Commission a strong and urgent letter of protest. Montgomery and Montgomeryans cannot afford to sit idly by and let this happen to us. As a capital city, our friends in the neighboring counties look to WSFA TV for the state news coverage. Our farmers look for the state and local market reports and weather information. We think that it behooves every citizen in our neighboring counties, and especially the farm organizations and civic clubs of our neighboring counties, to make a strong protest to the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C., and to the senators and representatives in Washington. There are many thousands of dollars invested in television sets and equipment in many areas that will be useless, inasmuch as WSFA TV is the only TV station that they can get.